Welcome to our channel. In this video, we will be discussing on the Eastman Kodak brand company. The Eastman Kodak brand company is an American public company that produces various products related to its historic basis in analog photography. The brand company is headquartered in Rochester, New York, and is incorporated in New Jersey. It is best known for photographic film products, which it brought to a mass market for the first time. Kodak began as a partnership between George Eastman and Henry A. Strong to develop a film roll camera. After the release of the Kodak camera, Eastman Kodak was incorporated on May 23, 1892. Under Eastman's direction, the company became one of the world's largest film and camera manufacturers, and also developed a model of welfare capitalism and a close relationship with the city of Rochester. During most of the 20th century, Kodak held a dominant position in photographic film and produced a number of technological innovations through heavy investment in research and development at Kodak Research Laboratories. Kodak produced some of the most popular camera models of the 20th century, including the Brownie and Instamatic. The brand company's ubiquity was such that its Kodak Moment tagline entered the common lexicon to describe a personal event that deserved to be recorded for posterity. Kodak began to struggle financially in the late 1990s as a result of increasing competition from Fujifilm. The brand company also struggled with the transition from film to digital photography. Although Kodak had developed the first self-contained digital camera, attempts to diversify its chemical operations failed, and as a turnaround strategy in the 2000s, Kodak instead made an aggressive turn to digital photography and digital printing. These strategies failed to improve the company's finances, and in January 2012, Kodak filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the United States Bankruptcy Court in September 2013. The company emerged from bankruptcy, having shed its large legacy liabilities, restructured, and exited several businesses. Since emerging from bankruptcy, Kodak has continued to provide commercial digital printing products and services, motion picture film, and still film, the last of which is distributed through the spin-off company Kodak Alaris. The brand company has licensed the Kodak brand to several products produced by other companies, such as the letter K was a favorite of George Eastman's. He is quoted as saying, "It seems a strong, incisive sort of letter." He and his mother, Maria, devised the name Kodak using an anagram set. Eastman said that there were three principal concepts he used in creating the name. It should be short, easy to pronounce, and not resemble any other name or be associated with anything else. According to a 1920 ad, the name was simply invented, made up from letters of the alphabet to meet our trademark requirements. It was short and euphonious and likely to stick in the public mind. The Kodak name was trademarked by Eastman in 1888. There was also a rumor that the name Kodak came from the sound made by the shutter. Eastman entered a partnership with Henry Strong in 1880, and the Eastman Dry Plate Company was founded on January 1, 1881, with Strong as president and Eastman as treasurer. Initially, the company sold dry plates for cameras, but Eastman's interest turned to replacing glass plates altogether with a new roll film process. On October 1, 1884, the company was reincorporated as the Eastman Dry Plate and Film Company. In 1885, Eastman patented the first practical film roll holder with William Walker, which would allow dry plate cameras to store multiple exposures in a camera simultaneously. That same year, Eastman patented a form of paper film he called American film. Eastman would continue experimenting with cameras and hired chemist Henry Reichenbach to improve the film. These experiments would culminate in an 1889 patent for nitrocellulose film. As the brand company continued to grow, it was reincorporated several more times. In November 1889, it was renamed the Eastman Company and 10,000 shares of stock were issued for $100. On May 23, 1892, another round of capitalization occurred and it was renamed Eastman Kodak. And Eastman Kodak of New Jersey was established in 1901 and existed simultaneously with the Eastman Kodak of New York until 1936, when the New York Corporation was dissolved and its assets were transferred to the New Jersey Corporation. Kodak remains incorporated in New Jersey today, although its headquarters is in Rochester. Eastman believed that offering these benefits served the interests of the company. He feared labor unions and believed that offering better compensation than that received by union workers would deter union organizing and avoid the potential costs of a company strike. Selling his stock to employees would simultaneously make it more appealing to investors, who were wary to purchase shares because of his large stake, and lower the price of the stock, which would keep antitrust lawyers from investigating the company. Because Kodak was a capital-intensive industry with a low labor cost ratio, employee benefits contributed less to the company's expenses than they would in other industries. Employment opportunities were not extended to all Rochesterians. The brand company almost exclusively hired workers of an Anglo-Saxon background under Eastman, and excluded Catholic immigrants, African Americans, and Jews. Approximately 1/3 of employees were female. A system of family hiring, where children of employees would be hired to follow their parents, reinforced the concept of an industrial community that Eastman sought to create. These practices were not seriously challenged until after World War II. As a consequence of this shared background and the robust company benefits, Kodak employees formed a close community that viewed unions as outsiders, and no attempt to organize workers at Kodak succeeded during the 20th century. Kodak was hard hit by the Great Depression, although Rochester was spared from its worst effects as banks were able to remain solvent, funded unemployment insurance program to assist the jobless and boost consumer spending. The program was created by Marion Folsom, who gained national recognition for his work and would later serve as a company director and cabinet. Kodak Camera Center, Tennessee, C. 19301945. Secretary for Dwight D. Eisenhower. Payments were made between 1933 and 1936, when layoffs ended at Kodak. The program led to many statistical improvements at Kodak, but overall had an insignificant effect on the Rochester community, as few companies were willing to join the program. Research projects led to a number of new Kodak products in the 1930s. At Kodak Research Laboratories, Leopold Godowski Jr. and Leopold Mans invented a 3-color film which would be commercially viable. In 1935, the product was launched as Kodachrome. The brand company also produced industrial high-speed cameras and began to diversify its chemical operations by producing vitamin concentrates and plastics. In 1934, Kodak entered a partnership with Edwin Land to supply polarized lenses. After briefly considering an offer to purchase Land's patents, Land would later launch the Polaroid Corporation and invented the first instant camera using emulsions supplied by Kodak. Despite the pivot to digital technology, film remains a major component of Kodak's business. The brand company continues to supply film to the motion picture industry after signing new agreements with major studios in 2015 and 2020. In 2022, Kodak announced it would hire new film technicians after film photography experienced a revival among hobbyists. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button for next video.